Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Shane Baker with Shane Baker Studios, and I'm out here at Butcher Jones, and we've got our great model, Bree. What's up?
Hey.
Kate, Caitlin Moore Photography. So we just did a really cool shoot where we set up a shot outside of the city lights. We've got the Milky Way. I know you can't see it, but it's way up there. So the Milky Way is rising. It's about, what time is it, 4 in the morning?
Yeah, about.
Yeah. Okay. About 4:54 in the morning. So we needed a place where there was minimal to no light pollution, and used a couple software programs to help figure that out, Stellarium and a few others. And then we've got our setup out here, shooting in the dark of the night. Canon 6D with a wide angle, and the shots are going to be pretty awesome, so we'll have those posted for you with my settings as well and how we went through it. So, Bree, what did you think about the shot?
I thought the shot was good. It's the rocks hurt.
The rocks hurt, right? Some things we didn't think about. So, Trooper, she was out there in the cold water, and dude, you've been up all night, haven't you?
Yes, pretty much.
Rock star. Kate, what about you?
It's been great. It was super fun. I'm not kidding though. The images are just going to be amazing.
Yeah, and then we've got our umbrella here for some fill flash that's going to be on Bree. So I hope this helps, guys. Take care. Cool. What's going on, guys? This is Shane Baker with Shane Baker Studios, and I've got Kate with Caitlin Moore Photography with me. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. All right, so we're going to go through a recent photo shoot that I did, and Kate helped me out on it. And it's this one that you see here on our screen. So this is a 2-exposure shot, and Bree is our model, Bree Lopez, recent contestant for, was it California and Arizona beauty pageant. Yeah, yes. She was in a beauty pageant for it, both of those, yeah. So amazing model, one of my best underwater models as well. So if you're looking for that kind of thing, she's definitely somebody to hit up. So this shot is with the Milky Way, the galaxy behind her, and it's her inside a lake of water. And what we did is we took one exposure with just for the galaxy, right?
Yep.
For the Milky Way. And then we brought in a little bit of flash.
Yep.
That's where you came in.
Yep.
And put you guys in the water.
The
grab
cold
that
water.
Shot, cold
the
water,
cold water.
Right? And then put you guys together for this final image. So I'm going to walk you through the process of how I created this, and it's pretty involved. There's a lot of software that I had to use to make sure that I was standing in the right place at the right time. So if you're looking to create this kind of stuff, we're going to walk through it. So what we'll do is at the end, we'll talk about the actual like the composition, how we did it on set, right?
Cool.
So now here's the thing about night photography. I knew that I needed to shoot it during a specific time of night when there was no moon in the sky, right? So one of the things well, actually, let's back up a little bit. I needed to figure out how far away from the city I needed to go. So we live in Phoenix, and so I went to this website. It's called lightpollutionmap.info, and if you scroll through here, see, I'll just zoom out a little bit. It's a complete map of the world and the light pollution that exists in these cities. So if you scroll out even a little bit more, you've got, all of the United States, and it goes to Europe, etc., wherever you're at. So basically, you look for your location. So we're in Phoenix, so we zoomed in, and everything that's red, bad.
It's light.
Yeah,
Yep.
Right? Cool. So we had to go way out here in this area, and so the spot that we picked was called Butcher Jones. Now, it wasn't exactly pitch black out in Butcher Jones, but it was good enough. So it's right out here.
It's right about there.
Yep. Oh, dang. Actually, we hit up kind of a hot spot.
Yeah.
With that light. We could have done better. Obviously, I didn't pay that much attention to my map.
Well, and it depends on the day, too. Who knows?
Okay. All right. Okay. So it depends on the day.
I guess.
So here you see that we actually shot at kind of a bad spot, it turns out, right? So this wasn't the best. But we were not in the middle of the city, and so we didn't have any red hotspots. So that was important. So next time we do this shoot, we're definitely going to be taking it out to some of these outlining areas, maybe in North Arizona when we go to Flagstaff for the Riordan Mansion. Really good, crisp lighting. Okay, so that's first step. Figure out how far away I got to be and exactly where I got to go to get the shot. I didn't want to drive really far, and this was 30 minutes away?
Yeah, about.
Right, the way I drive? Okay. So the next step is there is a free tool. It's called the Photographer's Ephemeris. I think it's called that. And I have the app. It's the only app I've ever bought, and it's like a couple bucks. But the desktop version is absolutely free. And this is really cool. What you can do is put in a specific date, and it'll show you where the sunrise will be, where the sunset will be, and where the moonrise, which is this blue line, and the moonset will be. So you technically, if you had like a bride and a groom and you wanted to grab a photo of the sun setting directly behind them on a mountain,
Right.
this would help you figure out what day, what time, and where you need to be in relation to them to
Yeah.
get that perfect shot.
Same thing if you want to do like some night photography with them and things
Yeah,
like that. It'd
absolutely.
be perfect for it.
Yep. So we use this because what I wanted to find out is when the darkest part of the night would be. So this is April 14th that we're making this video. We'll go back. This was March 9th, the night of March 9th. And the reason I picked that night is because if you look here, it was a waxing crescent moon. So we basically had a new moon the previous night. So it was going to be super dark. And right along here, this little graph will show you if these little lines are below this center point, it means that the moon and the sun are far enough below the horizon where you're going to get really, really dark skies,
Yeah,
which is what I wanted.
which is awesome.
So, thank you. Right? So we took a look here, and you can see as I'm sliding this graph, you can see that the time is changing here. So this would tell me about how much time we had before it started getting really light. So right around 5,
It was literally 5 o'clock that
19.
you started. Yep.
yeah, right. We started getting the shots right around here. And part of that was just because of where the galaxy was going to be
Yep.
at that point, right? So I knew for a fact that if we shot anywhere after right around 6 o'clock, it was just going to be too bright for us to get the shots. So we had to wrap everything up before then, which means we had to wake up at, well, what time did you wake up?
We didn't sleep, remember?
Oh, yeah, we didn't
we
sleep.
didn't sleep.
There's no sleep. We weren't going to miss
That
the
wasn't-
shot.
It wasn't
Yeah,
a sleepy
okay,
night.
that's right. Okay, thank you. So we used the light pollution map, photographer's ephemeris, to figure out what day would be the best. And then so in the future, I can go through here and toggle through to different moon phases. So you've got, waxing, crescent, full moon. So if you want to get a shot of the full moon coming up over a horizon, this
Yeah.
will help you figure that out. Okay, so the next step was to figure out, I wanted to obviously shoot the Milky Way. What was it going to look like on that night?
Right.
So use another tool called Stellarium. It's a free tool for your desktop. And you go in here and we can put in, let's go ahead and go rewind. And you'll notice that,
Oh,
As-
that is cool.
oh, we're going a little fast. Bam.
Holy cow.
All right, what's this? The 3rd, 25th. So what day did we do this on?
The
March
10th.
9th.
9th into
All right,
the
so we're
10th.
going to scroll back to see what the night sky looked like on that. And so this will tell you what constellations,
That is
basically
so
everything.
cool.
Right? Yeah, super powerful. So where are we at?
It
We're
even
on-
shows you like the daylight and things like that.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's pretty cool.
This is the first time I'm seeing this, guys. Just so you know.
So this kind of gives you an insight into how detailed you can take photo shoots and really plan them out. Oh shoot, did I go too far?
I don't know. I was watching the sky.
March 5th. Yeah, we did. Sorry. We probably gave somebody a seizure. We're going to go forward.
Wait.
Boom. Okay, so here's the 9th. So remember, the night of the 9th was the full moon, or pretty close to it. And so here's the 8th,
9th.
and then here's the 9th. Okay, cool.
Oh, there it is.
All right, so we're going to zoom. I'm going to open this up just a little bit more. We'll go like this. So here's what I was looking for. There is, we're going to go back just a little bit. Now here in our horizon, here in our hemisphere, the Milky Way is actually visible twice. So here it is the first time, and that shows you the time, which would be just before midnight,
Yeah.
right? So what is that, 10 o'clock? No,
It's
I'm horrible with
that's bad. That's 8.
20, yeah,
almost
that's
9.
8, 9, right?
Almost 9.
Oh my
yep.
gosh. I feel really dumb right now. Don't judge me.
I'm really bad at math too. You should.
That was not when the math's military time, right? Okay. So, anyways, that's why I'm not in the military. I'd be horrible at it. I'd be late to everything.
Everything.
Kicked out. All right, so this was the Milky Way, what it looks like around that time of night, which isn't really that spectacular. So the center of, let's go forward. What I was looking for was the center of the Milky Way, which is where the really bright spots
That
are.
is so cool.
So boom.
Ta-da!
This is what we were looking for in the shot.
And look at the time on that.
5, what is this, 5:41?
41.
All right, so we knew that by 6
Yep.
o'clock it was going to be too bright, right? So that's
This is about when we shot it, too.
Yep, so we went back. So I said, okay, look, it even shows you like little
That is the little stars
asteroids
going.
and stuff,
Yeah.
yep. Okay,
Shooting
cool.
Stars.
So what I knew is if we got out there, we would be able to get the image at this angle,
That is so
right?
cool.
And this tells me what time of night I'll be able to get that. Now, if I wanted to shoot it completely vertical, which is a really cool idea, and I do want to do this, look at what time it gets absolutely vertical, which would be right about...
And then you're seeing the sun coming up, too.
Boom, there, right? So we're at what, 7:47, which is after daylight,
Yep.
after sunrise. You can't get this shot.
No.
So that's what this tool is really valuable for. So if you want to get an image with the model standing right in the middle of the galaxy coming up behind her, you know for a fact that on this date you will not get that shot.
Right.
Cool.
Neat.
So here's the other thing. So let's go back a little bit to about our time. We'll just go ahead and play right here for a minute. Okay. So you'll notice down here I got my horizon light, and you'll see that there's some compass points here. So we've got 180 degrees, which is south, right? And so as we go this way, this is obviously to the east, and then as we go over here this way, this is obviously to the west, right?
Right.
Okay. So this tells me at what degree that I need to have my model standing in order to get this right here. So if I go to Butcher Jones, which is where we wanted to get the shot,
Right.
I can't have me in relation to her. I can't be facing 195 degrees
You have to face.
because I wouldn't get the image
Right.
behind her, right? So we wanted to have her right here, 165 degrees in relation between me and the galaxy. So you can see it gets pretty complex pretty quick
Yeah.
to get a shot like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll make this a little bit smaller.
That
down
is
here.
so cool.
All right. So let's go back to, that was the date of March 9th. So here we go, March 9th. And we're going to zoom in and put this on Butcher Jones, which is right about, oops,
Yep. Right about there.
right about there. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and zoom into our point. I'm using the mouse pad, so it's a
I
little,
am so
a little awkward.
fascinated. I have not seen all this stuff. It's so cool.
All right, cool. So you've got Soraro Lake here. Butcher Jones is literally,
technically,
boom,
yeah,
right there.
there.
That is the exact spot. So this is, I'm doing the satellite version. You can also do the regular map version, but the satellite version is really great because you can zoom in. Actually, Butcher Jones is
You
right
can
there.
see where that boat came out from and everything.
Yep. Well, actually, this is Butcher Jones
Yeah.
right there. And I grabbed
Well,
the
that's
shot.
where you shot it.
This is
this
where
whole
we-
area is
Yep. So this exact point is where
almost exactly where you shot it.
where we got the shot. Yep.
Yeah.
So now here's the thing. If we had wanted to capture a sunrise, right, then we could tell like when the sun was rising and when the sun was setting, when the moon was rising and when the moon was setting. And then as you go through and scroll through these times, you notice these lines are moving. That
Is that
shows
where
you
the sun is?
the trajectory of where the sun is. So here's what's really cool about it. You'll notice that there's obviously mountains, right? So you can also set a second point, and let's see if I don't mess this up. Let's do,
I'm not gonna let you.
no. There we go.
There it is.
So let's take this point here, and we'll put it behind over here. What it'll do for this second point is it'll show you the elevation change between those 2 points. So, for example, if you wanted to capture the moonrise or a galaxy rise, but there was a mountain that was too high, so you would never be able to see it. In
So you
relation
can
to where
check
you
it
are.
that way.
You could check it and make sure that you weren't at a too low of an elevation to miss your shot. Pretty cool, huh? So we'll go back to our photo. Now, there are a lot of things that I want to redo when I go and shoot an image like this again. It's not too bad for a first time putting this together, but I love astrophotography and I love fashion work, and so this is my idea of creating the two of these, combining them. So with Bree, we thought she'd be great for it. First off, because she's up for anything. She's absolutely awesome.
And it was cold. Let me say that again.
Right. So what you'll notice here is we've got these mountains here. Here's that lake of water, Soraro Lake, and you guys walked out into the water. I
Yep.
asked you to get out there, right?
Yep, without shoes.
Without you,
Mistake.
right? Well, I should have told him ahead of time. Well, Bree knew she was going to get in the
Bree
water.
knew.
Yeah,
Yep.
you did not.
Nope.
No. Okay, so she's holding.
Commitment.
So you're holding my light for me, and
Yes.
we were using a Yongnuo flash, and I had
Yep.
the umbrella, the deep Octabank,
Yep.
and so you were standing right about over here in this area.
Mm-hmm.
And how many shots do you think we took to get that one with her? How many clicks?
About 6.
About 6? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it took us about 6 clicks, and we kind of rehearsed through the process.
Yep.
In the
We
beginning.
talked it out before we got in the water. And then we proceeded to get in the water.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So now it's pitch black at night, so we brought a couple flashlights.
Yep.
And so the way we set this up is I had the tripod down low, wide angle lens, and exposed for the galaxy, long exposure. I think it was about 15 seconds. Took that shot, and then we brought Bree over,
Yep.
put her in the frame, left the tripod there with the camera, so everything was framed the same
Yep.
way, and had you kind of off camera, and just worked
Holding
with the
that.
exposure. I think the first ones were a little bit of hot, so
Yeah.
we just had to bring down the
Bring
flash a little
down.
bit. So as far as putting the shot together, what were some things that, maybe some challenges that we had?
I would say definitely trying to get the outfit figured out when we were already out there. That was
We
a
didn't,
little
yeah.
difficult.
I just wanted the shot.
We were very excited.
Yeah.
This was so last minute. It was so last minute that it was like, let's just not sleep tonight and let's do this. Not really. He had planned it all out.
I
and
planned
then-
this. Well, you see the work that I put into
Yep.
it, but I knew, hey, we need to
But
make this
then we-
happen now.
yeah,
So it's
we
kind of
had-
like, hey, let's just make this.
I'm trying to remember how long you planned it out ahead of time. I
yeah.
don't think Bree agreed till like the day before, right?
Nah, something like that. Yeah, I was
it was
posting on
quick.
social media saying, who is interested? Who will let me take them
Yeah.
at 3 a.m.
It was quick.
with us to go do this and put you on water? And so, a model like her is just fantastic for
But
that.
overall, I would say that you can plan this out as much as you want, but you have to have the commitment to, getting
Right.
up and doing these kind of things because
Right.
that was definitely one thing. We had snacks. That was also a good thing.
Snacks, definitely bring
Snacks.
snacks. And being prepared for kind of the terrain, because I didn't
Yes.
expect to have you in the water.
Yeah.
But when we got there, I knew that we needed to
Well,
have you just to get the flash close enough
We
to
didn't
her.
even really think about the type of rock that we were working on either. So I think that also is something else to keep in mind on like the terrain and what you're going to be working on top of, period.
Well, we live in the desert. This is
But this rock was like,
this is Arizona's
painful.
version of a beach. It's like
It was
really
painful
It's like
rock.
sandpaper, right?
it was like knives is how Bree and I would describe it.
All right. So yeah, that's Arizona beaches for you, okay? And it's horrible.
So shoot this in California.
Right, somewhere nice. So, and then we've got the reflection here a little bit on the
Which was awesome.
underneath. So a couple things that I would change. Number one, I would definitely shoot with a wider lens. So I recently experimented with the 11 through 24 Canon L. It's like a $3,000 lens. So
Awesome.
amazing. And that thing literally almost looks behind you. It's such a
Yeah.
wide angle lens. So I may want to take that out next time I shoot this just to get more of the sky. Definitely go someplace where there's less light pollution.
Yes.
Obviously, we looked at that.
Yep.
And we were back here on our
Hot
map. Yeah, we were like in the one hot spot in that whole
I mean,
area.
if we actually look
Look
at,
at
because
this.
we were like right about there.
Yeah, we were here, but still, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we've got light pollution from this
Where
little
you're
area.
shooting, yep.
Okay, so, all right, where are we at? Let's go back to our photo. So that's one thing I would change. I would also, I was just so excited to get out there and actually do the shoot
Yeah.
that I didn't really, I probably could have got a better angle and a better, waited for a night when the Milky Way is actually going to be
More parallel at the
parallel?
right time.
Yeah.
Where it's dark still.
perpendicular. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's what I was looking for. And
I think even maybe doing a few more poses and spending the time like to, even though it was cold, spending that time to get a couple different shots so you had a little more options versus,
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean, Bree was fabulous.
she was awesome.
And
Well,
she got great shots.
well,
but
part of the challenge too was we were racing against
Yep.
sunrise.
where if we would have had a little bit more practice before figuring out the kind of posing
Right.
that you wanted and stuff, I think that would have benefited a little bit
True.
too. Because you do have that time.
Yeah, and in picking a night when the Milky Way was going to be at its peak and there was a new moon at say midnight.
Yeah.
So you've got maybe a 2-hour block of time to really play with your shots,
Right.
experiment with some different things, maybe do some different outfit changes. So
Yeah.
yeah, that could definitely help. So What did you think of the shoot overall?
Overall, it was amazing.
Yeah,
it was
on.
definitely fun. It was totally worth all of it.
Right?
Holding everything.
So I'm definitely going to be putting together many more shoots like this in different locations. My goal is to find really incredible locations throughout the world that just have amazing scenery and combine some of the amazing astrophotography that I see that these photographers are doing with the fashion work that I love and I'm so passionate about. I don't really see a lot of people doing that, and so that's where I want to kind of merge the two together.
I like it.
And if you get the right people, the right team, you definitely need to have a team with you. So there's no way that this shoot could have happened without an extra pair of hands like you. So
it was fun.
Huge thank you. Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
What were some other challenges that we came up against? The flashlights.
Yes.
So it's very
having to focus on her with
yeah.
the flashlight. That was another key thing.
Yeah, because my camera could not focus on her
because it was so dark.
Right.
So dark.
So you're holding the light, you're holding
and
the
flashlight. Yep.
So note to self, get another tripod, something where I could put a light source to be on her to free up your hands so you don't have to worry about that.
And I can keep same pose for everything so it's more consistent lighting.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. So let's go over that real quick. So what do you mean by same pose? So let's talk about that.
So when I hold the light for you, it's very much a pull and a take. You kind of have to figure out where it needs to be. Mm-hmm. But then how we use the flash, it's, one hole with the flash on it with your big umbrella.
Right.
And so we're working, not only were we working against the wind that we were getting off the lake.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's right.
But we also had to make sure that the light was consistent so that when you're taking those quick shots, because we are cold,
right,
that the light is staying the same. And so we were trying to get the camera focused on her and then making sure that the lighting was not only good, like a good setting for the light, but it was in the right
exposure.
spot too.
Absolutely. And so that's your angles.
Yep,
you're moving,
holding it towards her, making sure it's getting the side of her that you want, making sure that we're high enough, and
then her moving in sync with everything else going on.
When Bree would move, I would have to move.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, because if Bree moves further away, you get light fall off that happens really quick.
Turns her face too far.
Yeah, so she's got to kind of follow her around with that. And having somebody that knows lighting like Kate, because she is a photographer, is huge. Oh my gosh, I can't even tell you how amazing it is to have somebody like her who understands lighting, where it's supposed to be in relation to your model as a good starting point. And then you can kind of coach them through what you're seeing on the back, if it's a little low, a little high, whatever it might be. But if you're going to have somebody do hold lighting for you, definitely make sure that they understand the principles behind it. Yeah, for sure.
Train them beforehand. Please, if you're going to be in the cold, train them beforehand.
Yep. So what about some other things? What are other challenges that we had for this shoot?
Making sure that we had enough hands to carry the stuff we needed for the shootout.
Yeah. We could have. We definitely could have used an extra intern out there or something.
We had to go back to the car. Making sure you're prepared for the before and after of the shoot.
Yeah.
Making sure that you have a good window. I think that's the biggest thing is we were so rushed on time for that window. So making sure that your window's large enough, I would think.
Yeah, exactly. Well, here's the nice thing about it. I mean, we had a really small window of time to work with. However, that it does help because when you're working with a client or you're working with a shoot, you don't always have the time that you want.
It teaches you.
Right? So you force yourself, you practice at a really high level. So when a client needs you to do something, you're like, dude, I totally got this because, I'm shooting this kind of stuff in 15-minute windows. We can definitely handle your headshot in 5 minutes if we need to. So it does challenge you. You don't want to make a habit of it.
Right.
Right?
Well, and I think it's something, for a first attempt, I think we did phenomenal.
Good. Yeah?
Phenomenal.
Not too bad.
But it will be interesting to see how we grow from here. Yeah. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I like it. So we've got a Flagstaff shoot at the Reordon Mansion coming up next month. So we're going to be staying overnight, I believe.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think so,
Okay. Renting an Airbnb and taking that opportunity at nighttime to grab some more shots like this. So, anyways, thanks, guys. Let us know what you think in the comments below. If you have any suggestions for places to go visit where we can do this kind of photography, or you're interested in being a model or assisting or being a part of any of our shoots for either Kate. With Caitlin Moore Photography or Shane Baker Studios, let us know in the comments below, and we will definitely reach back out to you.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Hope this helps. Take care.